I'll tell you what happens sort of over 45, because I have like friends who are in their 50s and stuff like that, you know, that are just like regular friends, not like just like that type of friend where you're like, I'm friends with this old man. No, like people you're actually friends with. And then people just in your life, like for example, Bob Saget, right? Just dropped dead, right? He fell over, hit his head. It was very upsetting and all that sort of stuff. But people just go like, well, you got to watch yourself because you could fall over now. You know what I mean? Like, no one gets alarmed when someone my age just dies. Like, it's sad, but it's not like just, whoa.
How could this happen?
Yeah, everyone just goes,
well, he tripped.
Everyone just goes, it's probably soap on the floor and you got to watch that.
Sad.
It is, yeah. And then when you get really, really old, it's like people don't even get upset when you die.
No.
No one gives a shit when you die. That's why you got to
What's the age where you get where people are like, it was a good run?
My grandfather's 98. He just turned 98.
No, sure, that's an amazing run. But like, I think even when you're 70, people are like content with your life.
No, I think
feel
80.
like 80.
My father's going on a date with one of his mates' wives. And he goes, Brian died about 4 years ago.
Genius.
And now he's like, and my wife died 3 years ago. Here we go.
Works
And
out
you're
nice.
like,
Is there
you
something in the
can't
back of your
really-
mind where you feel like he's been eyeballing her for longer than 4 years?
But does it matter?
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Is anyone doing anything wrong there?
No.
No, and you just go, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
They know each other. Yeah, he says he doesn't know how to use the app. So now his whole dating pool is just waiting for his mates to die and then he can bang their wives.
Can we use this in the episode?
Are we rolling?
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Are you rolling? Great.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Bachelor Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by Allie and Amanda, and our special guest today, the one, the only, Jim Jeffries, returns. You know him, you love him. You've become quickly the Bachelor Recap super guest
Have
by our
I?
audience. Yeah,
You're a
Have
fan
I? Or
favorite.
is that deemed by the audience? Or this is by you?
yeah. No, by the audience.
That's all right. Well, you're welcome, everyone.
Famous for
You're
phrases
welcome.
such as suicide mom.
Suicide mom.
I don't know. Who's suicide mom?
You said that.
You said that last
You
time.
referred
Just
to one
blacks out every
contestant
time.
exclusively as suicide mom.
Oh, it's sad. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Is she okay?
We hope.
Well, let's talk about these new ones. Nothing's going on. The good people at ABC, and I don't know if they're good people. I've never worked for them. But the good people at ABC, they need to step it up a gear. There's nothing going on with these people.
Yeah, it's a
Where's like just, and you know when they went back this week, they go, it's on the first date, which he kept on going on. That was crazy. That was insane. That was wild was the word. That date was wild. It's like, mate, you just were at a barbecue and you're going on like it was wild. And it was, but you know what they did was, let's go meet the family. And then the producers showed up and they go, are you fucking kidding me? Where's Putty?
Yeah.
I know.
Like, what?
That's what I where
that's
was
like,
Putty?
Yeah.
It's like, it's the only reason we picked you is we thought Putty would be on each week.
No one cares about the rest of
And
your
you
family.
haven't brought Putty on.
Maybe there's like everyone else wanted Putty had his moment.
And Putty's like this. I'll do 4. I'll just do the hometowns.
Yeah.
No early stuff. Just hometowns.
Why would you want,
pretty
if
good.
you were Putty,
That's
would you
really
want
good.
to meet someone who like is the first one-on-one? That's not worthy of his time.
Well, the first one had that girl who she did quintessentially nothing wrong. She's being painted as a villain. The only thing I don't like about her is, and this is just my own sensibilities, is she does TikToks with her kid. I don't involve my children on social media in any way. It's up to them when they get to an age if they want to be on social media. I don't because my kids are cute as all balls, man. I got cute kids, and I could get more followers so that people could go, he's a cute dad, and all that type of stuff. I could get a lot of sympathy follows. I get a lot of good stuff going on. So that irks me a little bit, but each to their own. If you want to be that type of person, if you want to be a horrible person, you keep doing it. No, but some people don't have any problem with it. That's my biggest problem with her. But then they wheel her out and then they like show the baby books and she has to sit there knowing that she has.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have a child myself.
Yeah.
staring into the eyes of tiny Zach, like, oh,
yeah.
Blakely May.
I like how the mum thought that she was special. She showed up at the date like this. She goes, I have a baby book of my baby. And it's like, you made this? Yeah, you're a fucking mum. We all get the baby books. There's not a kid on earth without a fucking baby book. And if you don't have one, I feel very sorry for you. You must feel unloved.
Yeah.
But we've all got them.
Why is there a narrative that people would be embarrassed when their mom shows photos of them as a baby? You know, it's always like, oh, we're whipping out the baby book. As if it's like some kind of humiliation.
Yeah, everyone,
I always thought it was like I was not humiliated.
Yeah, you were a cute baby.
Yeah.
I look terrible. I grew into my dick though.
There you go.
No, but they always go, here's a naked one. Here's a naked one. And then like you're meant to go, oh my God. What are we doing?
It's good to have you back, Jim. Just a couple quick housekeeping notes. Don't forget, Better Date Than Never, episode 3 is on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's fun. It's exciting. People love it. It's been super entertaining. I think this week we're going to get into double standards when it comes to dating, you know? Like what's double standards like are outdated, which ones are like just, you know, still exist, which ones are fine. It's always fun to talk about whose role is which when it comes to dating. We'll get into a lot more other stuff.
A very exciting announcement. Someone reported that if you have an Android, you can actually listen to the show by going to onamp.com.
Oh.
You can't participate or comment, unfortunately, or call in. But if you do at least want to like listen to it, that's an awesome way to tune in.
There you go.
And we're working on finding a way where we will make this available more broadly.
Yeah, we will eventually be dropping the episodes for everyone to listen. And then we have the Lautners, Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner, join us on Thursday on our episode of Going Deeper. That'll be super fun. We'll learn all about their relationship, their love, and I'm sure we'll get into a bunch of other topics. Be sure to check that out. One of the best pictures of my life, I feel like it was one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. It was at Jared and Ashley's wedding. I was toasting them. Jared and Ashley were in the background, and it was a good picture. It was a fun picture. I also felt like I personally just looked my best, and I was wearing a black tux.
Tell us about this black tux.
Well, it was a black tux from the Black Tux. They made it super easy. Jared was getting married. The rental process was great. I'm a picky person when it comes to suits and tuxedos. And the key is it just has to fit right. As long as it fits right, it'll look like $1 million. And the Black Tux makes it really simple to get your tux, make it nice and fitted for you. Back in the day when you used to rent a tux, it was just like, it felt like a clown suit almost. But the Black Tux has all these modern, different styles. It's great. You take the fit quiz. It's super easy. You tell them what you want. Your tux is delivered to your door 10 days before you need it. That's plenty of time to try it on, make sure it wears well, and make any minor adjustments that you need. You know, tuxedos can be expensive. You don't need to own one if you don't dress up a lot, but every once in a while you want to look nice, and think of the Black Tux. They make the experience amazing. You'll look like $1 million. I know I did. Rent or buy. The Black Tux is the best place to go when you need a tuxedo for a wedding or special night. And right now, when you go to theblacktux.com/VIALL and use code VIALL, you'll save 10% off your order. That's TheBlacktux.com/VIALL, code VIALL to save 10% off. That's theblacktux.com/VIALL, code VIALL. Do we want to get into any, do we have any tea before we get into the full episode?
Yeah. So I wanted to jump into tea because we were just talking about Christina, obviously. So not only is she, potential TikTok influencer with her child,
sure.
She is being recognized because she was in a Taylor Swift music video years ago.
But that's why they have to use her full name or something?
No, I think they use her full name because she's the one with like the famous aunt. The singer is her aunt. Remember that in her intro package?
Yeah, I know, but so?
Who knows?
Who's a famous aunt?
She was
some singer.
You said famous.
Not
Barbara
famous to me.
Mandrell.
Famous is a relative term.
From the Mandrell
Barbara
sisters. The 80s and the 80s.
From what band?
The Mandrell sisters.
Never heard of them. Were they big in Australia?
I think they were like big in the
Probably
80s or
not.
something. It was like, or by big, it's just like, who would be, someone is famous today that, 5 years from now, no one will know.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah. The Mandrell Sisters was an American variety show starring American country artist Barbara Mandrell along with her sisters.
Oh, so it's like Southern stuff.
Yeah.
Country.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of their songs is "I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool."
Yeah. I get
Love
that.
that.
On the cutting edge of country.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anyone's seen the 15 music video from Taylor Swift's album Fearless, at the end of it, because she kind of walks through her journey of being 15 and being in high school, at the end of it, it's Taylor as an adult staring at the high schoolers, and the high school girl
I saw
she
the
like
clip,
makes
yeah.
eye contact with
Yeah.
is Christina.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. She had a gig in a.
Yeah, a woman
Yeah.
of many talents.
Oh, I don't mind it, except for the baby, the kid on the thing. That irks me. But
Use
besides-
the rest of the family, but not the baby.
Yeah, you don't use your kid to
Yeah.
get hits.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anyway, but some people might think differently. But apart from that, she seems like nice enough, and now she's in trouble because she said to that girl, she goes, "Look at you, you've already got a rose. I hate you. You're so beautiful." That's how we compliment each other these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought
they-
that was fine.
But to
wrong with
strangers,
it.
you have to have a rapport to talk like that.
no, you don't.
No.
People warm. I mean, like in that world, it's just you don't. It's a joke. She's making a joke.
Well, we'll see how things pan out with Christina because I feel like the teaser for next week implies that there's going to be some more Christina drama.
Yeah, they're just looking
There's
for
tr-
rubbish on the poor girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she does. She just does that. I hate you. You look terrible. Oh my god. And
sorry.
then the problem wasn't that. The problem was that the girl went to the guy and just sort of went, "There's been some drama, and I don't know how to say it. Do you want to know the name?" Because
Mhm.
and it made her that girl was what Brianna, is it?
Yeah,
was
Brianna.
my front runner at the beginning because I
Love-
saw her.
She
in
was
the
a
thing.
lot of people's front runners.
She seems too good for the show.
Yeah. She's entrepreneurial.
Yeah,
she
she
has
has
her
her
own
own beauty
company.
company.
It's just the way she's like. Yeah, she comes across as like too good for the show.
Yeah, but then she gets offended by someone saying she's pretty. That's someone who's been pretty their whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like, "Oh, this person was mean to me," you don't know mean. You don't know how the rest of us uglies have navigated through life. Like with Mean Girls and stuff like that. If you think of Mean Girls like, "Look at your dress, I hate you."
Yeah, someone being visibly jealous at you, and you're like,
Yeah,
mean.
mean. I'm gonna say something, and this is one of my insecurities. One of my insecurities is people don't think I'm as pretty as I'm pretty. Like, get the fuck out of here.
She's like, America thinks I'm so compelling and dynamic.
But-
the entire country of America, but does Zach?
Zach.
Yeah, I'm worried for
Yeah.
Brianna.
I love her. I think she's great. Like when she came out in the contest, even
Mhm.
just that energy, like and it wasn't. She didn't even do much. She just the way she walked out, it was like, yeah, this is night and day from everyone else. Just like this
Yeah.
level of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And when she cried, like those were fake tears when she cried in front of Zach. When she sat him down and told him how like, it's been really hard so far, and just America gave me the rose and you didn't, and then he was like, and then immediately moments later she's smiling and great, she knows that people are into her, and also like, no offense to Zach, he seems lovely, he seems fine, but like there is no world in which Brianna would give Zach her number in the
No.
real world.
Mm.
No chance.
Also-
Brianna's
also,
ex-boyfriends
I-
have more edge than Zach.
I
I'm
think
certain
that
of it.
I think that Zach's family might be super Republican, and not.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe.
I'll tell you how to figure it out. Tell you how to figure it out. Flag out the front of the house. Dead giveaway.
Yes, immediate
Yeah.
Republican.
Oh, I don't care what country you're from. If you put a flag out the front of your house, that's a fucking statement. Flags are dumb. They're stupid. They don't like the idea that you think they're important and all that sort of stuff. Like, this is what people think of flags. Don't let it touch the ground. It must be folded a certain way. You put your hand over your heart when you see that flag. Unless it's 4th of July, and then we'll make it into a bikini and you can shove it up your fucking ass and no one will have an issue. The flag is the most double standard thing in our fucking society. And as soon as you put one out the front of your house, you've made a statement.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I went, all right, I know who you are. You're a flag person.
Yeah.
Anytime you see a human being in our society with a flag tied around their neck walking somewhere, they're up to no fucking good.
No good.
They're up to no good.
They're going to a rally.
They're not there to help anyone out. Oh, good, a cunt with a flag showed up. He's going to be nice to everyone. Flag people.
No good.
No good.
Literal red flag.
No good.
We need to remember that.
Flag people are no good.
Now there's people right now with flags going, right, I have a flag at the front.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'll be right.
Should we make
to you.
flag like merch, like a new line?
Flag people.
You
are no
have
good.
For
flags,
sure.
hang them off your fucking car.
Yeah.
Thing,
Flag
make
people, no good.
Make a shirt, the flag.
Yeah.
Any guy who comes to your work and he's trying to sell you something and he has a flag tie, just a tie with a flag, fuck that nerd. That guy's got nothing to sell you that's any good.
Maybe the tie.
Maybe
Maybe
the
so.
tie. Maybe the tie.
Oh my gosh. Okay. While I weep. Nick, did you see you're no longer the most recent engagement in Bachelor Nation?
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, I did.
Hannah Ann
Yeah.
got engaged. Her boyfriend Jake, I guess now fiance Jake, popped the question during the couple's recent trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
She posted a video of their dinner, and then after the proposal took place during the romantic dinner on the beach, the words "she said yes" were projected onto a nearby rock.
For everyone that it seems to me, right before you get engaged, there's that 6-month period where you've sort of discussed it. You're sort of going, if I did ask, you'd say yes,
Yeah.
right? And they go, yes, I would say yes. So everyone knows it's happening. There's about 6 months there where you can't tie your fucking shoelaces. Every
yeah.
time. It doesn't matter. Your shoelaces are hanging out. You're like, oh, God, I can't get to them. She'll start crying. Did you find that moment?
I did not have that, no.
Oh,
Jim had to
okay.
get some Velcro shoes for a while to slap them on.
Yeah, I was
real
on,
quick.
I was on slip-ons.
Yeah.
For about 6 months there. I did it on a beach in Newport because it was in the middle of COVID.
Ah,
Right, it was in the middle of COVID, so
that's pretty.
I just beat a place up there, and I went down on one knee, and I thought I kept on walking on the beach. I was very nervous. I was waiting for the sun to set. The sun was just about to set, and I went down on one knee. But then there was just like 8 teenagers that were getting high, that were like 50 meters away, and stood up and went, "Woo, yeah, dude, well done."
There you go.
They were good.
First, congratulations.
Yeah, that was that. So I remember those people. Thanks for that.
Well, congratulations to Hannah Ann. And what's her fiance's name? I haven't met
Jake.
him. I've always wanted to meet him.
Funk.
Jake.
NFL player Jake Funk.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the
Hannah-
NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He played for the Rams last year a little bit. I think he's been
Mhm.
bouncing around this year. It's
Because she used to do her TikToks
What-
would always pop up, and she'd do like a day in the life and like
Yeah.
go to the SoFi Stadium. Wait, I want to follow up also on Tyler Cameron, because remember last week when I was saying that he had said on his podcast that he had taken this, old friend out for a date and was interested in getting to know her more, but obviously we know the whole Kristen Cavalieri thing is happening, so he's just kind of dating around. He
Yeah,
went to
as he
a
should.
he went to a wedding and was seen making out with his quote unquote mystery wedding date. Clearly not Kristen, so I'm wondering if it's the girl that he went on a date with or someone completely different. Sorry, Kristen.
all of the above, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you? It's Tyler Cameron. He's
Mhm.
hot. He's single.
And finally, Dumois had a post that said, it was a submission that said, quote, "A married Bachelor franchise couple is setting up to announce a divorce. They're waiting until the recent Deanna and Steven divorce blows over so they can have their moment in the news cycle." Any ideas on who that is?
That'll be what's his name?
Sean and Catherine. Just kidding.
The ones that did the property together.
JoJo and Jordan?
Yeah, JoJo and Jordan. That's
They
what I'm
just got married.
Doesn't necessarily
Now
mean
they just
anything.
got divorced, man.
You heard it here first.
Although JoJo was always my fave.
Huh?
Yeah,
Didn't
JoJo
you?
is my
She
favorite
rocked.
Bachelorette.
Yeah, JoJo is good fun,
Yeah.
down to earth.
Yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw. There's this random story that Claire Crawley, shortest stint as Bachelorette ever, her wedding dress was stolen while she was on vacation in Hawaii.
Who's she marrying now?
She had kind of a private dating. They went public on Instagram somewhat recently, but some of the comments were saying about like, oh, that's like secret for a year or something. So clearly they've been like kind of dating for a year under wraps, but she is engaged.
And what happened to that
He's-
bloke who
Dale.
Dale fucked it up, man. Out of every contestant, he could have been on Paradise. He was one of the best looking guys ever on the show. And he was just like, all right, Claire, let's do this.
He did
after
that
a week."
movie. He
Did a
pretended to be
movie.
a tennis
he could have
coach.
gone back on Paradise. I've never met him. I think he's a really peculiar guy.
What movie did he do?
It was some like kind of cheesy Lifetime-esque movie.
But
and
he was, like,
played
the
a
lead.
tennis coach. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
It was like Love Match Serve or something.
Yeah, it
One of
was.
those
It was like
Hallmark
it was a
movies.
real
Yeah,
movie.
yeah,
I mean, it was.
yeah.
I don't know if it was good or
Yeah.
where it was, but it was a legitimate movie.
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Dale Moss, IMDb.
yeah.
He actually played in the NFL. Like he scored some touchdowns.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
Dale?
Yeah.
Dale the model?
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
who dressed in the Halloween outfits.
He was a real. He was signed by the Green Bay Packers, my team, as an unrestricted free agent.
You
and-
like the Green Bay? Have you ever been to Green Bay?
Oh yeah, I'm from Wisconsin. You should go to a game there. It's
I
really-
have been to do some shows there.
Putting love
It's
to
rough.
the test.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
the movie.
Cold.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you go for the Packer game, if you're a Packer fan, it's fine. But everything else,
And
so-
it's also like, I get cheese, man.
I'm not a cheese guy,
I get it. No, I love cheese.
but
But I
not in
can
the way.
buy it anywhere. It's like when you go to like Adelaide in Australia and they go, we have the best vineyards. I'll just buy the fucking wine from a shop.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
No,
need to live near the place where you grow it. Still get the product.
Listen, it's Wisconsin. They don't have a ton to brag about, so it's cheese and Packers and
But everybody loves an
Here.
activity they can do that's just drinking.
Yeah.
But like drinking zhuzhed up in a different way with like a vineyard tour, like on a vacation trip. That's such a crowd
no,
pleaser.
I've only ever had about 4 glasses of wine in my life. Brianna, I tell you what, she's a very good looking woman.
she's
Me and the wife,
Stunning.
me and
is
the
an
wife are
exceptional looking woman.
besotted with her looks.
But it
We're-
just
That's
goes
a
to
good
show
word.
that no matter, like, for anybody who's like insecure and is like, when I just look like this, my whole life will be better.
Do you
it
really
won't.
believe her insecurity?
no, I don't believe it.
I
as
felt
well.
like
I
her
don't buy it
tears
at
kind of
all.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think they were fake tears. And again, I think she's fantastic. I love her,
Mhm.
but I do
No, I
think
went off her in that moment. As soon as she went, do you want to know what the name is?
Yeah.
Like that. I
Yeah.
was like, nah, you're out.
Well, I
You're
think
out.
she's
You're
being
out.
kinda
You were my
manipulative.
front
Yeah,
runner. No, you're out.
She knows what she's trying to play the game.
But it's manipulative. Like, if you have to manipulate someone, that's like ultimately a sign of insecurity. If you're resorting to those measures.
she's a plant. But yeah, you're right. But she's also in Bachelor world, thinking it's just a show and thinking she's just competing. And again, I just don't.
Because I'm like, just get into paradise.
If I got to meet Brianna's ex, I'm just saying I don't know what they look like. They don't look like Zach. They have more edge. And Zach seems like a lovely guy, but he's just very, like when they were doing the contest and they were coming out, why did they have him just stand there?
Oh my God.
Oh
It was
my
like he was
God.
just awkwardly standing there like,
Victoria
what-
ate up
so-
that catwalk though.
So-
sure.
Yeah.
So I was over in Australia, and I've been watching the Australian Big Brother, not Big Brother. What show is this? The Bachelor.
That's awesome.
So I watch
Big Brother recap.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of Big Brother Australia. They're all getting along. So I was watching the Australian one. So they've got 3 bachelors now. Also, my father is addicted to Love Island. My father can't use the internet, right? So Love Island's the closest thing an 82-year-old man can get to porn, right? So there's girls in bikini. So my dad's just like, he watches Love Island. And then he's like, it was over Christmas. And he's like, I'm watching one of my shows. And I said, what are you watching here, Dad? And he goes, there's Love Island. And I learned some new Australian words. He goes, I go, well, tell me what's going on. He goes, well, this bloke here, he's a fuckboy. We all know that term. He's a fuckboy. And so, but he gives her the ick. Have you?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
ick?
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
The
never heard this
82-year-old
thing
is
here.
up to
Haven't.
date.
Well, I never heard about the
No,
ick.
you've never heard about the ick.
No.
Oh.
All Australian kids are using the term the ick.
Yeah.
The ick, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, is basically a random feeling that women might feel towards a man that is,
And it can be anything.
it could
So
be anything.
It could be something like, I really liked him, and then I realized he was wearing white socks with
Yes.
black jeans,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it gave me the ick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now he's over.
Over. Like I really liked him, but like he drove over a bump and his whole body lifted off his seat.
That
And,
sounds
and
like
he went
something
personal.
and she saw
You have experience with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so on the Australian Bachelor, you got 3 bachelors, right? One's a Machine Gun Kelly looking fuck, right? And he seems like a nice enough fella, but like on rose nights and ceremonies, everyone else is in a suit, and he's like in a very colourful dressing gown that's like being stitched by whatever, like a kimono-y looking thing is what he wears. And then there's another bloke. Then there's the third bloke who's all right. And then there's this one girl who's polyamorous, right? And she's just like, yeah, I have it. Like, not just like I'm polyamorous. She's like, I have a boyfriend. I hope that's not a problem. And then the guy's like, this is all big news because I'm here. Oh, he's Australian. This is all big news because I'm here to find me wife. And I don't know, but he's so into this girl that he's left her till the end because he's trying to get to fantasy suites just to have sex with her because he's
Is the
definitely
boyfriend going to come?
But that's
the
amazing
Listen,
though.
this,
Why
now
can't
they've started introducing the boyfriend into episodes. We know his name. The boyfriend's called Felix or something. We know all about this guy.
and we got I mean, again, we love you, Zach. You seem like a nice fellow, but like we're stuck with Zach, and we got polyamorous like,
And
we got
Machine
people-
Gun Kelly.
and people
Yeah.
with boyfriends
Have you
coming in
Googled-
week
have
4.
you seen the guys?
I just pulled the 3 of them up.
Three
Yeah.
of them up. They're not bad.
Let me see
There's
them.
2 handsome, and then there's Machine Gun Kelly up there.
So they have 3 leads.
They have 3 of them, and then also they don't like bring the girls in the limos. It's like they went out and they tried to shake it up a bit. So they went out. There's a girl that lives in rural blah blah blah. Yeah, there's your Machine Gun Kelly in the middle. The one
Can you bring it up?
Yeah.
Can you bring it up?
maybe the guy, but the guy with the grey hair seems very camp to me. And then there's the other bloke who's just like, oh, I just don't understand what's going on.
Oh, he's got a neck tattoo.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the Machine Gun, and then like that's him in a suit. Normally he's not wearing a suit. He's like, and he sort of acts like he's a drummer, maybe.
Who's the one who's polyamorous?
No, well
It's one of the contestants.
None of them are polyamorous.
Oh,
He's just
one of the
there's a
contestants.
girl, but
That's awesome.
But the female who's polyamorous, bring her up. Nothing wrong with her. You can see why she's lasting so long with her polyamorousness. And she's got a boyfriend, and this boyfriend just sort of, and it's like, and he's really supportive of me being on the show. This girl here, yeah, and she's just like, I don't understand what the big issue is.
Oh, and I see people think she looks like Margot Robbie.
Do you know in Australia, Margot Robbie is considered to be like a 6? We're very good-looking people.
Australia does have
Yeah.
exceptional looking
we're
people.
just we're like Margot
I would say
Robbie. They go, oh, Margot Robbie's so hot, and we're like, really?
I would say like
We're like,
7
yuck.
out of every 10 people I see on the internet that are attractive, they seem to be from Australia.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. There, so the polyamory. Well, this is the thing. You got to get us before we turn 30. The sun's very hard.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from there.
Yeah, an Australian over 30, you go, what the fuck happened to this person? But under 30, you get them then. Very attractive people.
Oh, it's so good.
What about that woman on the first episode who was just like before the rose ceremony? Just you could have gone out with dignity, man. You could have just gone, won't get a rose. I'll say thank you for having me on the show. But she's just like, I need to know now.
Choose me.
Yeah, are you going to choose me or not? And he's like, no.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to watch someone, when you do like the squat cry. That's a dark moment.
You want like, look, it's very sad to be knocked out in the early rounds because it's just really like, because that's really just saying you're just not as pretty as the other people. Later on, it's like, hey, we're not gelling.
Mhm.
But week 1 is, I don't find you as attractive as the others.
That's not entirely true.
Well,
Because I'm just like from a producer standpoint, I
but
definitely
you were the Bachelor.
I
so-
definitely let women go that I thought were, me personally, more attractive than ones I kept because I was more or less indifferent. I was like, yeah, they might be prettier, but I didn't care. They weren't in my top 5 or 6. And at that point, I was just like, I don't really give a shit.
Did you ever keep an Argo? And I say that loosely because they're all very good looking, but like in comparison to the others, did you keep one of them that was less attractive because you thought the American people will be happy that I've kept this one on? This one will make me seem like a good fella. If one of the contestants on The Bachelor was a quadriplegic, how long would you have to keep him?
A while.
Probably
a while.
You can't.
probably hometowns.
Yeah, you can't flick them out the first week. It's like that the other day when she goes, I have a 6-year-old. Her name is like
Bailey May.
Bailey May.
Blakely
Yeah, but Blakely May. I got Blakely May.
She's more Southern than I am.
Yeah, I'm a mama, and that's just who I am, and that's how I am, even though I'm not with my child right now.
I'm proud of my circumstance.
Yeah, and I'm proud of my circumstance. I'm proud, but it's a lot. It is a lot. Right? So
Mama needs a vacation.
I've got Blakely May, and I do it all by myself. Well, where the fuck's Blakely May right now? That doesn't matter because the daddy's nowhere around. Anyway, me and Blakely May, and we just have fun all day. But I need to raise Blakely May with somebody else, and there's no world where he could go, no rose for you.
Yeah.
He has to go in his brain, and I think he handled it very well. He took a step back and he went, oh, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
But he had a moment in his little interview ITM moment where he said, there are times where you need to be selfish. So I thought maybe he was
Oh, they set that
implying-
up. But
yeah.
here's my criticism with that. It's not to Zach. I thought he was very honest. It's fair. He's a 25-year-old guy. But, again, this back to the producers casting Zach. It's just like we've had all these complaints over the previous Bachelors, and say what you want, but they couldn't find a guy who could at least pretend not to be terrified about the possibility of being a dad. Don't you want a Bachelor who's a little bit more open-minded to all the types of contestants that you want?
First of all, he's 26, 27.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's too young. And I'm saying this as someone who introduced my child to my wife, who I met at 20. She was 27 and she handled it very well. Because I was sitting at home with my wife like, he's too young to have a kid around. Like that, right? And my wife's like, that's when you introduced your child to me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I did do that. But he's 27.
Yeah.
First of all, he looks like he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
Also, who was the lady who was meant to be famous who showed the bad bitches off or something like that?
Latto.
Never heard of her. But
Oh.
but they claim that she's 22. She looks like she's 47. Who is she?
She's Australian,
who
Jim,
is
and she just turned 31.
Is she? Is it, what?
Latto's 24.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! not in this realm. Maybe in a different multiverse or
Makeup.
something
It's
like that.
makeup.
24. Get the fuck out of here.
She is.
Is she all right? Okay. Anyway, so she came over. Also, they've taken up the word bad bitch. They're going, to be a bad bitch. Was it a bad bitch?
Yeah,
What was
bad
Yeah,
it?
it was bad
Yeah.
bitch energy.
Yeah, bad bitch. That's just, can I say this word? Is that just code for cunt? I was a bit of a, you know what I mean? Bad.
Australian.
Well, I feel like when you call when a man tends, if
I'm not calling
if
him
you
that.
walked
I'm
up to
not
someone and said
calling-
you're a bad bitch, I
You're
don't think it would go over well.
Bad bitch doesn't seem like that. And they were going, to be a bad bitch, you got to. It's like when they hijacked the word diva and they went, I'm
Yeah.
a diva.
A diva is a female hustler.
Yeah, I'm a diva. No, you're just a bit of a dickhead. It doesn't mean.
Guys, for Latto's 23rd birthday, her boyfriend gifted her a,
a
brand new
wheelchair, maybe a
Lamborghini.
Zimmer one of those walking frames. There's no way in the world that girl's 23. I don't give a shit what you're saying. She looks like
Why
she
does she
should
look
be.
I don't bring.
No.
She didn't look that old.
She has the bone structure of Mount Rushmore. She is the oldest looking 24 you've ever seen in your life. And she's they're walking up hey, girl, she had a shawl on or something.
I'm crying. Okay.
Just my opinion. No, you don't all have to get on board. You tell me that woman's 24. Get the fuck out of here. There's nothing.
It's
She's
just-
a very pretty woman.
It's just
I'm not saying she's unattractive. I'm
it's
just
just
saying she's not 24.
It's just it's the costume. That
There's nothing wrong with being a good-looking. What are you, 47? Right? There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong
bone
with it.
structure of
But
Mount
she's not 24. I'll tell you that for nothing. Anyway, she came in with the bad bitches, and then we had the one girl.
Yeah, but Tahzjuan wasn't a bad bitch. Tahzjuan was mean.
Oh,
I
I
know,
love.
but that's
no,
the whole
I
thing.
love Tahzjuan.
The way that she spoke to them was
Love
kind
Tahzjuan.
of out
No,
of pocket.
I mean, that was her
Who
assignment.
is his wife in the group? I saw you guys on the stage, and it was really painful to watch.
I mean, she was a little, direct.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did hit them with a participation trophy.
Yeah,
Which I
kinda
do
loved
feel
it.
like
Kinda
runs
just
rubs
felt like a
people the
low
wrong
blow.
way.
Oh, I didn't mind the participation
Oh,
trophy.
I loved it.
I don't mind it, but I think people get very upset by
I don't.
that.
I just think she wanted more telly time.
Mm.
Right? I don't think she really.
Also,
really
where was
cared.
this date? A furniture store?
They have it.
There were so many couches.
They have it.
Is
That's a
Victoria?
They have it there all the time.
You're
Oh.
mates with Victoria. I've
Yeah,
always
yeah.
fancied Victoria.
Yeah, she's-
Right? Is
yeah.
Victoria? Is she still dating the bloke? They got the tattoo together.
They still are.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for them. Good
Yeah.
for them. They said they both have a tattoo that says "ciao," and then
Ciao.
they explained it to the American public, which means hello.
And goodbye.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
say and goodbye.
Yeah.
They just went, which means hello.
Well, they're not ready to
Well,
say goodbye.
in that
Mm.
way, it's kind of a brilliant tattoo
Yeah,
because it's
if
like if they break up, it's like ciao.
goodbye, ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Catherine
Uh,
got the group date rose. I feel like Catherine has wifey front runner energy.
I think Catherine has a little
Which one's Catherine?
single white female crazy in her.
What?
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
Jim.
Oh yeah. She's got a little bit of crazy.
She looks like at any. Yeah, she's keeping it together.
Can I vote Holland back on?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
saw a picture of Holland.
Bring her back.
She'd be good entertainment, Holland.
Yeah,
Just get her on the beach.
there's something about Catherine. I just feel like if things don't
Gone
go
too
her
soon.
way, if she doesn't get enough validation throughout, I think she will get very.
Okay, so what? Oh yeah, Catherine's a registered nurse. I have a thing for nurses, man. First responders. I'm always like, she takes care of people. She's probably pushed a hemorrhoid back into an old person's body. Like these are tough jobs.
Yes.
I like me a nurse. I like Catherine. There's 2 nurses, and I'm into both of them. A nurse, if you're a nurse,
Genevieve?
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
And Kylie.
There's more than 2.
Genevieve. Oh, okay, we got 3 nurses. All the nurses.
We got a lot of nurses.
I like all the nurses. They're winners. The nurses.
Because we
book.
didn't have any really teachers this round. I feel like there's a lot of nurses and teachers
Yeah,
usually.
they're
and
usually they just went. They
no
went all
teachers,
nurses
all
this time.
nurses. Yeah.
They must have filmed it not during school holidays. Yeah.
Good one, Jen.
Yeah, I think Catherine, she's very pretty. I think she's just used to like. There's something about her. I just feel like she just.
Well, when Brooklyn did the thing on her catwalk where she then had Zach walk over and take a tequila shot, there was a shot of Catherine going like jaw dropped, like, oh, like angry.
I just don't think Catherine is used to competing with people of like her. I don't think she's used to having equals, and I think she's been a big fish in a small pond for a long time.
What? But where's she from? Tampa.
Tampa.
That's
And
not a small
That's
pond.
true. I mean, there's pretty
There's
people
lots
in
of
Tampa.
there's lots of good-looking people in Tampa.
I don't know. There's just something
Yeah.
about her. I just feel like I could be totally wrong, but there seems to be like a little bit of I don't know.
Gotta keep our eye out.
Is it Katie? Is it Kathy? That's the ER nurse from Austin. I don't even mind her. I'm into all of them. Nurse.
What
nurse
did
me
we
up.
think of
Katie.
Ariel's little game? Ariel sounded when she was playing that game. I thought it was a little clever. It seemed like it lacked both of them.
The like greatest fears.
Yeah,
Not being
it's
kissed.
charming
Yeah.
not to be kissed, but she talks.
You guys found that charming?
No,
Which one was
think
Ariel?
It was
Give me Ariel.
the
This was
way
on
she-
the second.
the way
group date.
listen, her line, it was fine.
She has kind of a very like low
Monotone.
energy voice.
You know that
Yeah.
SNL skit where it was those 2 ladies being like, and I like, and now we're going to.
They're like they're on the community radio.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah, like the PBS, like that's how she was talking, where it was just very
She was on NPR during that.
NPR, one note, one tune, and now should we talk about my other greatest fear? It's
not being
not
kissed.
being kissed. And
Oh, so she could get a kiss.
I hated that.
I will never trust anyone on the show when they say something to the effect of like, I've never felt this before. Or I usually have never felt this, or it's like like this, whatever they're feeling in Bachelor World is something they've never experienced, and it's that much more special. Like I've never fallen in love fast, but with you, like I do, and like certainly the world's playing a role, but like it sounds like a lie. And every time they say this is a first feeling for them in the first time of their life, I'm like, I don't believe it. I call bullshit.
Especially this early
I
too.
talk about this in my new Netflix comedy special, which is coming out
Ooh.
February 14th, because
Oh,
I do a lot of Bachelor material. This is true.
Okay.
I get into that bloke who has the kid who always goes on about, he goes, I don't say I love you. I've only ever said it once. And these words are very special to me. Anyone who says that, I believe him actually. But the rest of them, when they start going, those words are special to me. You cannot date someone for more than 3 months in our society without saying it. I've said it so many times and not meant it. It's like, I said to everyone,
yeah.
But
You
were
get
you
the
the
3
first
months.
one to say it? And
yeah, I love you too. You can
Yeah,
tell,
I don't
tell
think
me
it's
right now
that.
you love me. I'll
I'm
say it
with
back. I
Jim
don't give
here.
a fuck.
We
love
make it
you. I
seem
love
like
you.
the word "I love you" is some
Easy.
sort of sacred.
I've never said it.
Yeah, you've never
But
never said it.
once you pop the "I love you"
No.
cherry, you'll just be throwing it around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Life's so much easier with it. You've never said it.
Mm-mm.
How
I mean,
old are
to
you?
like my grandma, but
How old are you?
25.
What about your friends?
25.
Do you throw out "I love
Yeah,
you"?
I
to
throw
friends?
out
She
"I love you"
does.
to everyone in this room.
Okay.
That's different.
yeah.
Right, you never had like a teenage boyfriend when you were young where you thought you were in love because you were like 15?
I think you should just try it out on like your next
On the first date.
third date. Give it
Yeah.
and just say "I love you." Just see how it goes.
do you feel like you've ever been in love and you've just
I don't
not
really
said it?
know. I don't know.
Oh, no, if you don't know,
I
then
feel
you
like
never have.
maybe
No. You know what love is. It's have you had
Tell
someone
me.
have you had someone who's constantly on your thoughts, and when you're with them you feel happier, and then when they're away you miss them all the time, and you constantly think about them, that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's why I made Nick bring Kiki to the office.
Yeah, so
Couldn't
you
deal with
love
it
that
anymore.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love that dog, but a person you never
Nah.
had this. No, it must be freeing. It must be a wonderful life you live.
In a
Now
way.
my assistant here, Jack, he's never been in love either, have you? Jack's 27. Jack wants to be. I just keep
A
on.
little matchmaking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why Jack's a winner. He can play guitar. He's going to be successful. He's one of these people you just know is going to be successful. He's just one of those people. He's just hard work.
I'd say the same about Allie.
Yeah, you just know that Jack's going to be successful. I'm trying to get Jack to be on The Bachelor. Are we going to put in an application for him? What do you have to do to get on The Bachelor?
Yeah, Nick, can you make
Jack,
a
why
call?
don't you just kind of sit down and just kind of sit there?
Yeah, we bring Jack on. So what I'm going to do is I'm teaching Jack.
Welcome, Jack.
I'm teaching Jack how to do. I've got this idea.
Woo!
I got this idea for what he does is as a character, he goes in hot in the first episode. So he goes in and talks to her and comes back. And then when the other bloke's like, hey, what did you talk to her about? And I go, nothing. We just had sex the whole time. And she just mentioned how ugly all you were. Like you just joke about it all the time. We didn't say anything. She just dragged me into a room and made me lick her out. I don't know. Crazy
Just constantly lie.
times.
Just constantly lie.
And then when she goes meets the guy, he goes like, "How are you getting along with the other guys?" They're great. They're openly having sex with each other. As soon as you leave the room, how are you?
the show is
Winning
not what I
approach.
expected.
I would love the confrontation where it's like, he's been telling us that he's been going down on you repeatedly.
So there's someone
Like,
here.
no.
I don't want to say who.
It could all blow up. Or people could go, "That's pretty funny."
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. 'Cause
Or
the-
you're going to have someone be like, so he came in very calculated. He works for Jim Jeffries. He
Yeah.
has the notes. Yeah. He's not here for the right
Full of
reasons.
notes.
No, we would have. I would be night and day. Night and day, I'd be teaching him up.
Would you be at his hometown date?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would
It's
just.
like none of his family, just you.
Yeah, no, I get along with his mum and dad. They'd let me in there. They'd be like this.
They're coming to Vegas. They're going to go drink with him. I'm
Yeah.
not even going to be
Yeah,
there.
this is the thing is, so it's my birthday weekend. I'm performing in Vegas, and so we're staying for the Super Bowl and that type of stuff. And Jack's parents are flying in to hang out with me and watch a show and kind of think, and Jack's not coming. So anyway, Jack, we could have Jack on the show. These are Jack's fine qualities, right? He plays guitar, sings real nice. He's excellent at work. He's going to be very successful in the movie business.
and lie constantly.
Producing and stuff like that. He's already producing video clips and stuff like that. Works his ass off. He's going to be. I just know he's going to be successful.
Thanks, Jim. He's never
so-
said that off air.
So he also. It's very early in the morning. He takes care in his appearance. This isn't his best job he's done.
That's
He's
not
done
bad.
I didn't know it was
better
on
than this.
camera today.
Normally, yeah, no, he didn't know he was going to be in camera. But he looks all right. He's wearing nice boots to the thing.
The Australian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Australian thing. He has the same shoe size as me. So when we did the Jim Jeffries show, he just got a whole heap of free shoes. He's got loads of
I
boots.
have the shoes you got married in.
Yeah, they go.
Wow.
Yeah, I had blisters. They went through and I
Yeah,
said,
there
I
was
took
blood
them-
in the shoe.
I took them off and I went, take these, Jack. I'm bloody bleeding into this shoe.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they fit like a glove.
so
I've never had
how
gloves.
do we get Jack onto The Bachelor?
Well, this is a start.
I think this is pretty compelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start a campaign.
All right.
Take to
Write
Twitter.
in, people.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put you in touch with the right people.
Now,
All right.
now you got to go hard comedy first because they might kick you out.
Okay.
quickly.
How tall are you?
5'10".
Oh, he's right in there.
I could wear cowboy boots if you be
Okay.
5'11".
Yeah.
They like a good 6'2",
Yeah, that's not
Really?
me.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Also, everyone that looks older than
I'm
me.
middle of the pack.
I'm 6 foot. Yeah, I couldn't go on.
They're definitely a bit.
But to the Bachelor people, I
That's fair.
promise I'll be at all home village things.
Home village.
I'll even come on and I'll do a bit of I'll teach the guys how to do stand up and do one of those segments because they had Schumer on once.
Yeah,
And
you
they-
should host a date, Jim.
Yeah, come on and go. Women like funny people. Get up there, be funny,
Yeah, you should host a comedy date.
give it a go. And then, like that girl, I'll say, look, as a 32-year-old man, I'll just lie about my age. As a 32-year-old man who's been in show business for 45 years. So get Jack on. Jack,
We can do
how do we apply?
Well, I'll just hook him up at the casting department.
Jack, I feel like people will be in your DMs after this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
You
All
definitely will
You
get
might not
some-
even
yeah.
need the show.
Yeah, screw the show.
What's your
No, I'll be
Instagram?
on it. Jack_Hackett.
Okay. How do you spell Hackett?
HACKETT.
Are
And
your
that's
D-
going to be an excellent wedding hashtag.
DMs
So that's
open?
a huge win.
What?
Are your DMs open? Like,
DMs
Yeah, they're
are
open. Yeah, they're open.
yeah.
Well, we assume no one's ever tried.
I mean, they might be. Oh, God.
And he's in a band called the Doohickeys.
That's right.
You got a
Okay.
chance.
Open for him in Nashville.
They played the Ryman in Nashville. That's the Grand Old Opry, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you ain't get better than that, man. That was opening for me, mind you.
Nevertheless.
But fucking Elvis got booed off of that stage. They didn't. So better than
No,
Elvis.
he did it.
Better
There you
than
go.
Elvis.
You kind of have an Elvis vibe to you.
I do.
Yeah.
Right towards the end.
Right. Yeah, same diet.
That last 3 months.
Yeah,
Oh, my love.
Yeah, his last year.
Vegas Elvis.
Yeah, Vegas Elvis.
It was fun. Poor Elvis. They got so into him about being fat and and on drugs. He was only like that for the last 3 years. So if you look at like that Aloha Hawaii, right? He was dead 6 years later. He's still fucking pounding out there. They act like he was like that for 20 years or something. He was solid. He kept on.
Yeah.
It was the last 3 years, he was a bit of a shut-in and he got a bit fat. It wasn't like that. It just proves to you that it's not how you come to a party. It's always how you leave.
Yeah.
That everyone's going to remember. You can be good at a party the whole fucking night and then you vomit on one sofa and then you have to apologize, even though you were awesome throughout.
Yeah.
That's really true. Yeah.
I know what party you're talking about.
No, yeah.
Oh, this is from personal experience.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Not
Very
me, not
true.
me. I was
Not
someone
him.
else who vomited,
Someone
but
else.
I took care of him.
Ugh.
My wife.
Wow.
Sold her out.
Just sold her up the river.
Yeah.
God.
That's when you're married. You got to do these things.
Yeah.
Then you got to buy new sofas for people.
So what else had happened on the episode?
Yeah. Let us dive in.
Your fans are going to hate this episode.
No, they're gonna love it.
go, oh,
Love.
Nick.
Where are you going?
Oh, where are you going? Jack, let the women see your lovely
Yeah, you're
face.
here. You might as
go.
well
Got a full head of hair on him.
sit there and look pretty.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
want to talk about Christina's one-on-one with the helicopter? I know we got into the Blakely May conversation and the meeting of the family.
Yeah, we did get the classic like fly over to fuck with them move.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
all
I love
the
how
girls-
everyone in the Bachelor Mansion, which by the way, it's not a mansion. It's just a house. It's just a house. They have 4 or 5 bedrooms.
Yeah,
You
there's a
know,
lot of bunk beds
They got
happening.
kind of a big kitchen, 1 living room. I've never been in a mansion before, one of the women
Yeah.
said. I'm like, you still haven't. Yeah.
I'm like,
Not Holland, keep dreaming.
Holland's been in a mansion.
Holland's
She's been
yeah,
in a
she's
mansion
back
at
on
sea.
She's back on a yacht. No, but everyone in Bachelor Nation has the most amazing eyes. They're like, it must be them. It's just, I mean, there's helicopters all over LA, but like
Yeah.
they must know.
Oh, they
I
think
would
their
be
helicopters
screwed.
over the top of trying to watch the show?
No, I mean, like, basically a helicopter will come in, the producers be like, what do you think that is? You know, and that's when all the women are like,
Oh,
oh, it's them. And it's like,
It's
you
just
know,
a
just-
local crime.
I would
little-
be like, what is that, a bird?
yeah.
Like,
Spotlight.
Yeah, just trying to find someone jumping over
Well, that's
fences.
what I'm saying. Every other time in LA, you see a helicopter, you're just like, oh, they're just, they're about to fight crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you hear a helicopter, you just go, oh, just lock that door.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Except when you're not, except when you're on the Bachelor Mansion, and it's someone
Run
breaking your
outside.
heart. Yeah, run outside.
yeah, the first time you've ever wanted to.
There was the moment though where in the car when Zach and Christina are driving to the helicopter, when she asks about his first concert and he says Nickelback and she says,
Yikes.
"Stop, I love Nickelback."
All right, this is where I got to defend Nickelback.
Yeah,
Really?
We were
They
defending
get
them.
They get too much shit, Nickelback. I've never bought a Nickelback album. I've never gotten into my car and said, play Nickelback. I've never supported them in any way.
But
But,
The fact that you feel the need to denounce them in that way.
no, I just feel like everyone it's just a cop-out that people are like, Nickelback.
He's
And it's
not-
like,
Everyone liked the song Rockstar.
yeah,
Everyone
Rockstar
liked
was a hit
Rockstar.
song.
if it, yeah, you're probably you're probably right. It's probably just haters. They've had huge success, and everyone's like, "Is their music that good?" But clearly, it appeals to the masses.
I thought it was lovely that they said it on TV and that they bonded over it. Because
Yeah.
I don't think you can have one Nickelback lover in a relationship.
I
didn't realize
but
it was
makes
this
sense that Zach
polarizing.
likes some
Yeah,
Nickelback.
yeah. People hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
Really?
What was your first
You
concert?
know what I think it is?
The
I think-
American Idol tour?
I think.
Okay. And so you can't get into the
Yeah.
Nickelback.
Well, here's the
the
thing.
American Idol tour. Which year was it? A Kelly Clarkson or what was it?
No, I think it was like Kelly Pickler's year or something. They came to Minnesota.
You know what I think it is.
All right,
I
first
think
concert.
A Cheap Trick, Journey and Heart.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. First concert.
Tim McGraw.
Nice.
Tim
Jim?
McGraw. Elton John.
Wow,
Oh,
good.
that's a good
yeah, I
one.
was about 13 years old, and I went with my dad, and he took me to see. And then my second concert was Paul McCartney.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I did all right.
Two of the grades.
Yeah.
I did all right.
I
just saw Elton John again in concert, and it was like his final thing. Because remember, he meant to finish in Dodger Stadium. I was in Australia, and he'd rescheduled those shows. His actual last gig is going to be in like Stockholm. And there was this old bloke who was like a VJ on Australian TV forever and ever, and he was like 80, and he came and he fucking dropped his pants called Molly Meldrum, and everyone's like, oh, he bared his ass on stage in front of 90,000 people. Not if you're in the fourth row. I saw his dick. And then like everyone's like, oh, why would he do this? Why would he do this? Because he's 82 and he doesn't give a fuck. That's the thing about being like cancelable. Like once you're uncancelable, I'm going to say all sorts of shit. Like in my last couple of years, I'll just be like the most fucking horrible old man ever.
Once you have,
I'm going
once
for
you
it.
have enough money that you don't need to make more.
Oh, yeah.
They won't remember how you entered the party. They'll
They'll
remember how you
remember how-
left it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, in 50 years, no one will remember us anyways, so it's all
That's
fine.
Horrifying.
I think with the Nickelback thing, it comes down to like I think because I'm not a smart music fan. I'm a basic person when it comes to music, and I think Nickelback appeals to like the basic person, and I think music fans hate Nickelback. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think they appeal to the masses. They appeal to the people who like only listen to music via like Kiss FM or things like that.
Okay, well,
and I
just
think-
come for me on a Monday morning.
No,
but-
I include myself in that
Okay.
pocket too. But it also that tracks with Zach as well. Like he's definitely a top 40s guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
I
Christina's
feel
got to
like
be a
he'd
Swiftie,
like-
so
He'd like yacht rock, though.
Yeah.
Yacht rock?
Yeah, yacht
What's
rock.
yacht rock?
Yacht
Little
rocks.
River Band.
Little River Band's classic. Good work, Jack. Yacht rock. No,
like-
Little
I
River
like that
Band.
music.
A lot of people don't know the Little River Band's from Australia, which just means nothing to you because you don't even know who the Little River Band is.
No.
But their logo had a platypus on it.
Okay.
Who's the only mammal that lays eggs? Fucking hell, you learn a lot on this podcast. I'll tell you that.
Educational.
I hope someone just like starts listening to this in the middle of the episode.
Did you learn
and they're
that
like,
on your
was this a
podcast?
Bachelor
What's
recap?
that?
Did you learn that on your
I
podcast?
did.
Because
yeah,
you have
now I know things. The I Don't Know About That podcast, which is available. I'm wearing the hat.
wherever you listen to podcasts.
Whenever you listen to podcasts, go listen to I Don't Know About That with Jim Jeffries, and then I'll be advertising my new special on the 14th of February coming out, and I'll be turning my phone off on the 15th of February for about a week. I do that after specials.
That's not good for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's good for your mental health.
Oh, it's giving me up because they're going to come for me.
Did you really go for it?
Ah, there's three groups, and I don't know which one's going to be the most angry.
Okay.
But there's three groups.
Can we know what the three
Yeah,
There's
are?
three groups. Yeah.
I'm curious.
This
you can
might
also
actually
edit
make
it
you
out.
more in trouble by announcing.
Yeah, I
the
might get more in
groups.
trouble
Don't
announcing
announce the groups.
Dear
Dear groups,
you
I'm
definitely don't
coming
want to
for
give them
ya.
a heads up because that's like, hey, don't be mad.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on
I said
what the
some things.
category is. Is it like dog lovers or Jews? You know? I say that as a Jew.
Oh, no, I'm not going after the Jews. I'm not stupid. I can say one of them. Greta Thunberg fans. There's
Okay.
one joke.
Yeah.
But like, there's one joke, there's two Greta Thunberg jokes. Now, this is the thing is, they're militant, the Thunbergers. The Thunnies. The Thunbergers, they're militant. You say one thing against the Thunberg, all the Thunbergs come at ya. So I'm worried about them.
Yeah.
And there's another group that's I can't talk about. If I mention them, I'll get in
Don't.
trouble. Just even mentioning them.
I bet there'll be one group you're not expecting that you're gonna upset.
Well, I tell you who gets the biggest beating on my special is my wife. Gets like
Oh, God.
no, my wife.
So
I
she's
say,
not mad.
I say
The House of
so
Anubis
many.
fans are
I say
coming.
so many jokes about my wife that my wife will receive mail from people like, "How can you put up with him saying such horrible things?" I go into very graphic sexual details about me and my wife, and so look, it's more awkward for me. I have to see my in-laws, and my in-laws are going to watch the special, and then so I'm the one who has to put up with it. Stop acting like you're so fucking offended.
At what stage did you run the joke by your wife?
I don't see my wife.
Oh, my God.
My wife was when I wrote her this material, she was pregnant and then she had a baby, so she didn't really come out to see any of my stand up in that period. And so I said, hey, to my wife. Okay, the jokes about my wife are so bad that Netflix came to me and they said, hey, can we get your wife to sign a release form so that she doesn't sue? That's what Netflix did. The legal department wanted me, and I said to my wife, I said, there's some jokes about you, and I don't want you to sue. But that what is suing? Divorce, right? That's where you take half my money. That's suing enough, right? Anyway, so I said to my wife, I said, hey, there's some things that the lawyers of Netflix are worried that you might sue me over, things that I've said. Right? And then I went, I'll just tell you the jokes now. And she goes, don't tell me. I want to watch them on Netflix with you.
That's
wow.
That's love.
So when my special airs, know that somewhere I'm sitting with my wife watching it like this.
On Valentine's Day, no less.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also his birthday.
Also my
your
birthday.
birthday.
So I'm going to turn my phone off. I'll be fighting with my wife for a week.
All right.
and then I'll pop my head back out. How did it go? But I'll still be watching The Bachelor. I'm sorry. Get back onto The Bachelor. I've talked
doing
about
great.
myself too much.
Okay,
I've gone off the rails.
should we talk about, one, Zach talked to Jess about his diagnosis growing up and how he feels like he has like a purpose to live.
I'm sure it was very serious at the time, but it just reminded me of like every mom and their firstborn son. Like my mom, this is a true story. My mom told me, I remember as a young kid, she told me multiple times, when I got pregnant with you, the doctors told me like, you're going to miscarry, And I think that was true. And I think it was at the time probably very traumatic for my mom. And I ended up not dying. And here I came. And, like my mom made me feel like very special and, like as a loving mom does. But it was just like, every son and their mom has had this story of, maybe it's not they almost died, but some version of why they're a miracle baby.
I had the same thing. My mother wasn't meant to have a third kid. She had to have reconstructive surgery for her first kid. Then she had my brother. And then for the third one, they said, I don't even worry about the vasectomy or having your tubes tied or anything like that because you're not having any more kids. There's no womb to be had. And then I came out.
Then you came.
Lo and behold.
And then your mom made you feel very
and
special
then your
for
mum
it.
makes you feel
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mum makes you feel special. And then, like, there's so many people now who go through IVF and all that type of stuff, and they do the same thing, and they make them special. Why is this guy special, though? What did he do? It was so.
He had something. He was born with some sort of condition.
Yeah.
And also, when we call babies miracles, yes, your baby is loved and important and all this type of thing, but not a miracle. We were 15 minutes late today because there was all the miracles on the street in front of us. There's bloody too many miracles.
Miracles made that left turn really hard.
The planet's dying from miracles is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There's 8 billion miracles right now.
Yeah,
There you go.
overrun with miracles.
What do you think of Jess, Jim? I feel like Jess. She could be. I could see them picking her as a bachelorette. I think she's got bachelorette in her.
I think
Yeah.
she's doing all right. I don't know what an e-commerce coordinator is. I hate when people have jobs that I don't understand what the name means.
She's like she seems really quiet and demure, but yet
Yeah.
I think she's got a bigger personality than she lets on.
Yeah, I agree.
And Winter Springs, Florida, where she's from, sounds like a made-up place.
Yeah.
It's too many
Like an oxymoron.
too
Winter
many
Springs.
Two seasons.
times of year.
Yeah.
Springs, Florida?
I bet Winter Springs, Florida, they like love Christmas. It's like they probably.
It does sound like a Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, where like
I have to go home
they
to
have
Winter Springs.
it's Florida.
to help
it's
my
80
dad with the
degrees
bookshop.
year round, and they celebrate and they play Christmas music everywhere.
God.
Give us a look at Winter Springs, Florida.
I think-
Winter Springs is a city in Seminole County, Florida.
I think Jess is going real far. I think she's top 4 for sure.
Really? Top
She
4?
kind of interrupted him after he shared his diagnosis.
He's 6'4". He's the Bachelor.
Yeah.
He's thriving.
handsome,
Like
yeah.
you know what? I don't. Am I supposed to go? Oh, really? Oh my God! Like
He
am
wouldn't
I-
remember it.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember.
Any illness
be
you
made
don't
up.
remember doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But I
Hey,
feel like if you learn that when you're a kid and you're like, I could have died.
Yeah, no. Again, I remember my mom telling me like she almost miscarried, and I remember I was like, I am a miracle, like I
Yeah.
am special. Like yeah, I think every mom like most if your mom loved you, she did that to you.
I
If
know
she
a
didn't. She
bloke
didn't love
who
you.
went into a coma in January of 2020 and woke up in June of 2020, and his wife was there in a hazmat suit, and he didn't know from before the pandemic. He went in just before we went into lockdown, into a coma, and then he woke up and everyone was like in suits and stuff.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
jarring.
Yeah, like that's a fun condition.
That's a
That's
story.
something to tell people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also dreamt the whole time that he won the lottery. And so he said that was the hardest bit. He waked up and he was just
Realizing
like
he
this.
didn't win the.
He's like this. Well, at least we won the lottery. No, we didn't.
We didn't, babe.
No. Jack, what would be your condition that you would tell the Bachelorette when you meet her?
Yeah, what's your sad story?
You're not going straight into being Bachelor. You're not Bachelor
No,
quality
no,
right
no.
here.
You're sitting
just-
down,
you're-
Amanda or Allie
you're-
are the Bachelors.
yeah,
It's
you
two
have-
Bachelorettes.
You have to have a real good conversation
Okay.
the first night.
What is your
right?
sad, sobbing story?
What's your sad sack story? When you were young, you were...
When I was in 6th grade,
Yeah.
I was throwing up every single morning, and we went to multiple doctors, and they thought I was faking it. And so then I had to have a colonoscopy.
Is this true? This
Yeah,
is true.
this is
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
I
this
know
is pretty good.
And then they found out I had a parasite,
Okay.
and I also had a bacterial infection from
Worm
going to
guy.
so many hospitals.
Yeah.
So I had to
That's-
have
I had worms.
pills the size of quarters, and I had to take it with pudding. If I didn't do it, I would have died.
Yeah, but that's not something she
And
doesn't
you
want to
didn't
hear
die.
about.
Like Zach.
I had a parasite in my
Yeah.
colon when
Yeah.
I was young. That's not a sexy
And
illness.
no, the worst part is I can't eat pudding anymore.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
It's not a bad, sad story.
He
Hey, I had
also-
swine flu too in
he
Hong
also
Kong,
had
yeah.
swine flu. He lived in Hong
Yeah.
Kong. He had swine flu.
Yeah, I had that.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pig cold.
That's kind of an ick, though.
It is. It is.
I had
Yeah,
swine
it's
flu.
a pig.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know.
I've had swine flu and an anal parasite.
Yeah.
I mean, the real
Give us
tragedies
a
are
rose.
icky.
I
They're
had-
not fascinating.
I had worms and swine.
Yeah, I would just go in like
Do you-
this. I had, and I still have, and I struggle with it every day. Dyslexia.
and hemorrhoids.
And
I do.
I'm
I
slightly
do.
on the spectrum. I talk too much and I find it hard to make eye contact. So, pardon me if I'm a bit rude with my medical condition. It's true. That's what I would do.
That's what I have. That
Yeah.
sounds like me.
Yeah, go a little bit on the spectrum. Got hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Blood in every shit. Give me a rose. Give me a rose.
You have to give that guy a
Hemorrhoids.
rose.
No eye contact. Can hardly read. None of this. As a baby, very healthy. No problems as a baby. So if you're worried about that, I was an elite baby. That's before they found out about the troubles. What would be your first? Okay, you've just met the Bachelor, right?
Mhm.
You've already said the hello outside. Maybe we can talk about it inside. You've done a shot of tequila, or you made him eat a cookie where you both kissed at the same time. It's
Ew,
a double
no,
cookie
not
or
that.
whatever. Something like that.
Yeah.
What's your first conversation? How do you woo him?
I feel like I would woo him by just being normal, because you said like on the first night, on opening night in the theater, everyone's so nervous. So it's like if you act normal, you already kind of stand out.
Well, good luck. I mean, everyone tries to act normal when they don't. But yeah, I if I could do it again, I would have done something goofy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you
went so
recommend?
far in the Bachelor world. Why would you change it?
Sure, I guess.
That's the butterfly effect, man. You don't want to.
Okay, you know what? You know what?
You don't want to go
I
back
wouldn't be
in
sitting
time.
here today. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Let's
wouldn't
leave it
be here.
alone.
I would show up in a DeLorean, come out
What is
dressed like.
that?
Oh,
Back to the Future car?
Back to the Future.
Okay, I haven't.
I'd come out in the DeLorean. The thing would drive up, and I'd go, psh, and I'd come up like this. You're my mum. I have to fuck you. 'Cause that's the whole premise of Back to the Future. I have to make out with you so that I get to live. It's complicated.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You'd
The
leave an
Bachelorette-
impression.
But then the
That's right.
Bachelorette would like come into the room after
You
that.
laugh at that. I think you'd laugh at that.
She would come into the room and be like, I was disrespected and I've actually already had to send someone home. They told me I was their mom, and they
Wanted to make out with me.
wanted to fuck me.
No, my hot mum. My hot mum, when she was young,
She has a kink.
I'm from the year 2045. I'm way in the future, and I'm 25 myself. There's something to do with time travel. The air's not very good in the future, and we all
Sure.
look like this. I'm 22. And
Just
then
like Latto.
I'd be like, I'd come back and be like, I have to make out with you. You're my mum. And then just have like a friend like in a white wig going, "Are you serious?" in the background. That would be my
1.21 gigawatts.
yeah. Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Were we joking yesterday that if I was on the show, I'd pull up, but I'd be driving the limo?
Yeah. That's how Jack would do it. Like he would have all the girls in the background going like this. They'd all be sitting there going, "Woo! We're trying to meet the Bachelorette. We're trying to meet the Bachelor. We're trying to meet the Bachelor." And then Jack would turn around in his limo hat and go, "I am the Bachelor," and there would be that really like disappointment in the air.
One of the women said like they were complimenting Zach, and they were like, "Oh, he's like husband material," and like if something about if you're not, if you're not happy to be here, I don't know. They were just complimenting Zach, and then she goes, "Right, ladies," and they all go, "Yeah." It was a very underwhelming like cheer,
Yeah.
like I think it was Genevieve. I think she said it or something, and then it was like a "Right, ladies," and they all like sighed. It was like I did not buy their enthusiasm.
I will say this episode, I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, I get why he's appealing.
Oh, he seems like
He's
again,
handsome.
he's a handsome, nice guy. I mean, like it's just not
I like him.
polyamorous and
Exciting.
excited. It's
Yeah.
just he's very earnest. He's very,
I like it when he makes weird, like when he has little moments of flair. Like there was one point where he cheered and he was like,
yeah.
I like it. I feel like maybe he's a little freak and we'll see more of that.
You think so?
Oh, I don't think he's.
I don't think he's a little
He
freak at all.
thought having a barbecue with his family. Well, that was wild.
Wild day.
He
Crazy
said it-
first date.
Crazy. That was so crazy. You're like, just a barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, when she was like, give your bad bitch speech, and then he like chimed in, he's like, I just want you to be real and
A time you stood
Yeah.
your ground.
stood your ground, and I was like, that does not
It
sound.
was not the same. Like
That was two different
Latto
dates.
delivered it
Yeah.
in such like an authoritative, like bad bitch
Bitch.
way, and
He was just like, well,
was-
that's a little too much for me. I
Yeah.
just want what you stood your ground.
ladies, I just want to let you know I respect you.
I respect you.
I will not be calling you a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or bad.
yeah, either.
I'm just gonna stand there and judge you.
Yeah,
At the end of the walkway.
as you choke me with a ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was she was doing that bit in the Olympics.
Yeah, the rhythmic gymnastics.
Rhythmic gymnastic, which is the baddest bitch event of them all.
Yeah.
Rhythmic
gymnasts.
Yeah, when you come in, you do that thing, you do the spiral like that. I'm like, look at
It's
that
like you
bad.
treat everybody like a cat.
Yeah,
You're
look
like,
at that bad bitch. Yeah.
So who went home again?
Victoria, who's the one from TikTok that hard launched her divorce.
Oh, that didn't go well for
There
her.
was one girl I thought was very pretty who went home.
That was Kimberly, and it was such a.
Yeah.
Well, how do you
she
know
was
that was Kimberly?
classy as hell because, well,
no, she's Kimberly.
I just,
Was it Victoria, I
I think
guess?
Cat is beautiful. I think there are other descriptors you would use to describe Cat.
Okay.
Cat's face is the whole.
All right, give me a look
episode
at Cat. I'll describe it for you. Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
There's nothing unattractive about her. She's got the crazy all day.
Don't look behind
But that's why I
you.
think they had Tahzjuan when she came on. She interrupted Kat talking to Zach.
Yeah.
Because they were
knew
like,
you're
she'll get a
going
reaction out of her.
Oh, that is all you're going home. Like they
Yeah.
always interrupt the I
Yeah.
knew she was going home as soon as she got interrupted.
But when Kim got sent home, she said, Zach gave me the fairest chance he could have. It was really classy.
I really liked Kimberly. Wasn't she kind of a voice of reason in
Which one
last
was-
episode?
Yeah,
Kim-
she-
Kimberly was very pretty.
And
oh,
she,
she seemed wonderful.
and she
Yeah.
was really nice to Madison, the girl who was like
Yeah.
kind of a
She
mess
seemed
on night
classy.
one.
She had a slightly, I didn't like the tattoo on her back shoulder.
Honestly,
It was high up.
You know why she went home? Zach was generally indifferent towards her, and she was probably too reasonable. And she was the voice of reason in the house, and they were like, "You got to go. You're
Yeah.
making way too much sense to these women."
You're
But
breaking
then
the
why are we
curve.
getting rid
Yeah.
of Madison and Holland?
Yeah, bring back Holland.
Bring back Colin.
Holland. Holland had a glass of wine that was filled like a pint of beer. It was like, as soon as I saw it, she's like, "When's he coming out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're a good girl, Holland. You're a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Don't let him put you down, Holland." Holland-
Gabby had a crazy 180
Holland,
because
damn,
on
Jack.
that group date, I was like, Gabby's going home after all they talked about
She's
was
spiraling.
the nicknames she could come up with. But then at the cocktail party, she did the peanut butter cup
She's
thing,
pretty- I
and
thought
I
she
felt
was
like she did
charming.
a full 180.
I will say, I think a peanut butter cup is like the worst possible food to Lady and the Tramp because your mouth is so dry. To kiss someone after
but
eating a
this is the
peanut
thing
butter
is,
cup?
if you have a rank sort of tasting mouth, I think that peanut butter covers up all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
could have
potent.
terrible
Interesting.
halitosis
Yeah.
if you put peanut butter in there,
Yeah,
and you're both peanut buttering.
yeah.
You can make out
It's
with
just
anyone. That's neutral ground.
Yeah.
That's the Switzerland of candies, which is ironic because the Swiss make much better chocolate than the Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But here we are.
Here we are.
I always thought that about the war, all those Scandinavian countries being neutral. I don't respect that. Who was in the Second World War like this? We don't even know who the bad guy is.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah, it's half a done as the
Yeah,
others.
they don't get enough criticism for like just overlooking all the atrocities.
Yeah. They just go, we're neutral. And then they're like, well, we didn't have to because we were like Switzerland. We're covered by mountains. All of our tunnels coming into our country have explosives. We can shut the place down. That's why they're always neutral. You can't invade it like this. So we're neutral. But Australia wasn't neutral. Australia just rocked up right away.
Yeah.
Hitler, that would have been the last place Hitler went for.
It's too far.
He would have gone like this. Hitler would have been like, I've taken over the world. I need holiday place, beachfront. Right? Because that's how Hitler talked.
Close, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And so he would have come after us. And New Zealand, he still wouldn't have found New Zealand.
Yeah.
But they were there. Just saying. What's wrong with you, Swiss?
They
Thanks
just
for
had
the
those little
thanks for the
knives.
timepieces. Yeah, the Swiss Army knife.
The army sucks. That's why
Yeah.
they're neutral.
Their army hasn't been in the war for 400 years. The knife's only 200 years old. That knife's never seen battle.
Wow.
We all buy them like they're useful things. Never seen battle.
Also, imagine trying to get one of those things out in time.
In
Yeah.
time for what?
To kill someone?
If you were in a war zone and you
Yeah.
went, I need a little magnifying glass
It's
or
over.
a toothpick.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's too late.
I need to file my nail.
Anyway, I don't know how we got into the Second World War.
You brought it up.
Oh,
Pretty
You
out of the
brought
blue.
Anything,
Don't
not,
mention the war.
anything not Bachelor
It was
related
you.
is a tangent.
All right, so
All right.
but how did I get there?
Because we were talking about the neutral territory of kissing Switzerland.
Peanut
Oh.
butter. Bad day. Yeah.
Peanut butter
Peanut
cups.
butter to World
Who
War
knew
II.
peanut butter would get us
Peanut
talking
butter
about
cups
Hitler?
are your neutral
Yeah.
ground for making out. I'll tell you other candies that would be good to Lady and the Tramp. Let me think. Red vines would be good
Those
because
sour
they have
gummy
a
ropes.
length.
The build.
Yeah, they have a build.
Nerd
they have a
rope.
build.
They're also delicious.
I don't like
I
American.
don't know if I'd
candy.
want a Lady in the Tramp anything.
Yeah, well, spaghetti.
No.
But that's
You want to get that close to someone?
if you like them.
Okay.
Me and you look at me like this, like I was offering the spaghetti. No. I'm like with someone you fancy, not me. Who likes, think of a person that you like.
Uh-huh.
Right, so Brad Pitt comes up, and the Pitt's gone.
Ryan Seacrest for Allie.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's weird.
I'd probably do it with Ryan Seacrest. You're right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Any final thoughts? Anyone?
Oh, I didn't even know we were halfway through the episode. Let's keep trucking. We've got nowhere else to be. Where else you got to be? Has this got a time limit on it?
No, not really.
All right. Well, I don't mind. I feel like I've talked too much, so I'd like to say sorry to the Viall Files.
We laughed, we cried, we enjoyed
Who
literally
ourselves.
do you think's
cried.
going to win? Who's your pick? Early days.
Yeah, I think Catherine, Jess, and Gabby are part of my new Final Four.
The adverts where it's like, I think I've made a mistake. I have to go after her. That one?
Yeah.
We know what happens there. You sent someone home, and then he misses her, and then he goes.
It was Kat.
Yeah.
His cat. Please come back.
Make it Holland. And like the end, he goes, I was too judgmental on Holland.
There's so many women we haven't seen yet.
Katie, they show all the time. Like
They do
there's-
show a lot of
There's
Katie.
something about Katie. I think she's hometowns.
Could
Is
be
that why
right.
you put this
Katie's
little
going
graphic
far,
over
and
here?
and she's an ER nurse, and people like nurses.
Yeah, you're right though. They show a lot of conversations with her.
They
and,
show
like,
a lot
little-
of Katie. I really think Catherine's gonna be.
Yeah.
Fantasy suites.
These are a good three right here. Jess, Katie, Catherine.
Yeah. What do we think of Greer? Do we think she has staying power?
What's Greer?
She really disappeared after her
Oh
first
yeah,
impression rose.
yeah. She had the first. I didn't rate her at all. I thought she was going home right away, and then she got the first introduction rose.
Mm-hmm.
My wife said I was crazy. She went, no, she's very good. And I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. And
I mean,
then
she came across very charming.
Yeah. And they were macking.
Yeah.
Like they were making out for a while.
Is
I think
that-
she'll be
they call
around
it
for a while.
macking now?
I think
Yeah.
Is that the term that you kids use?
It's been around for a while,
No,
though.
I think it's a niche.
I don't
term
think
that
Zach's going to end up with anyone with a huge personality.
Can I give you an Australian term for that?
Yeah.
Pashing.
Pashing?
Yeah,
I've heard that.
having
Uh, yeah.
a pash.
I thought it was have a root.
No, roots fucking.
Oh, okay.
Just making out,
Pash.
Pash.
I pash.
I'm gonna
Short for
pash with Ryan
passionate.
Seacrest.
But then also, if I have a beard and then I kiss you a lot and then you have a bit of a redness around your mouth, pash rash.
Pash rash.
Pash
Genius.
rash.
Okay.
And it's short for pashing. I pashed him behind the blah, blah, blah. Having a pash.
Jim, who do you think is going to win?
Oh,
Give me your final four.
I think, okay, so I think all the nurses, three of the nurses are getting through. I think our girl with the kid is going to get to the final 5, and then she's going to do it. So that's Christina, who's very attractive.
You think he sends her own right before hometowns because he
Davia?
can't
Who
beat
the
the
fuck-
kid?
Davia's
Stunning. Who the fuck's Davia, and why do we know nothing about her?
She was
know.
talked a little bit about this episode.
Marketing manager.
I think she's just one of those like pretty quiet girls that Zach doesn't vibe with. And
She did say, she did a talking head where she was like, oh my God, Mercedes is so hot. I couldn't keep my eyes off her, and neither could Zach. And I was like, she's either
Women
incredibly
supporting women.
confident or
Yeah.
she's bi. That's what I thought. And I'm not accusing her of anything.
Also, do you think the bi are like
there
primarily
was a level of-
bisexuals are the most confident people in our
She-
society?
But you're
We're
right.
also
though.
the most annoying.
Yeah.
It's a tough.
She also she did kind of like more than compliment her. She was
like, I couldn't keep my
Come on.
eyes
Yeah,
off her.
she was. She
it was
seemed-
really good.
She
I was like,
sounded a little turned on.
that's the kind of shit I would say.
Yeah. Who knows? Or maybe she just appreciates beauty.
Yeah, she's either very
All right,
confident.
so which one? Mercedes was the one. Was she saying? So I think Katie, the ER nurse. I think Mercedes.
Mercedes. Okay.
No, Mercedes. I don't rate Mercedes. I like the girl who I really like the girl, but I feel like the what's her name? Bianca.
Bianca?
Brianna.
Brianna's the sexiest person there. But she's too fragile, gets upset too easily. If you think that's putting you down,
I do think Genevieve also could go far.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's week 2. We don't really know.
no, I don't. Now I'm like Davia, just on the looks of her. Don't even remember her in the episode.
I think Bailey is potentially gonna go. At
I mean,
least
who
halfway.
knows? Honestly, they haven't really. It's been the Christina show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Christina's going to be there for a long time because they play a lot of haunting music around her, and she's going to do something wrong and.
But it does seem like next week, they made next week look like a climax of Christina drama because they show her like crying on the stairs.
Oh, yeah,
They show
so
all the
maybe
women.
she burns
They could.
out.
They could. Well, it's one of the two. She could burn out and go home, or that could be the last week before they level her off.
How are they making into her a villain though? She hasn't done anything villainous.
Well, that's because they don't.
And
They
also,
make villains. They don't cast villains.
And her apology was top notch to Brianna.
Yeah.
She was like,
she even went up in my estimates.
yes.
Not only do I think that the girl did nothing wrong, I think she did things right.
Her apology, she said, thank you so much for sharing that. Do you remember exactly what it was like that I said to upset you? And then after she said, I'm so sorry your feelings were hurt on my behalf. I understand now that you explained to me. Top notch apology.
She didn't say sorry if you were offended. She just said sorry I offended you.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very
Good
good.
shit.
Very good. I'm apart from the putting your child on the TikTok. Big fan, Christina, if you're listening, and I know you are because you like the social
She
media.
knows what she's doing.
I know you're listening right now, and I'm a big fan of yours. I think you're a wonderful, wonderful person, except for the most important thing in life, being a parent. But besides that, I'm a big fan. I think your apology was top notch. I think you're a very pretty girl. I think that you seem like you're a lot of fun.
You handled the family
You
very well.
handled the family on that wild date.
So
One of the craziest things I've seen on TV, and you handled it with the aplomb of a young Diana.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Princess Diana.
Yeah.
No
Mhm.
less. Anyone else listening to the Harry book? I tell you, I'm listening to the Harry book. It's a good listen, man. You got to listen to the audio book of it. Prince Harry,
I frostbit my dick.
Yeah.
I
It
could
hurt
smell
so
my
bad,
mum in the
and the
room.
balm was from my
Yeah,
mother.
and then Mummy was, and I remember thinking, Mummy was going to come back. Yeah, she's not dead. She's got, but something about Harry. Harry doesn't know what chapters are. This book literally has 150 chapters. I'm not kidding. It's just, and the chapters just come mid-sentence. It'll just be like this. It'll just be like this. He goes, anyway, I remember being at Eton and I had a maths exam
Chapter 5.
I got out my book. Chapter 17. I wrote down.
He's like a cliffhanger.
And you're like, what's the chapter 17 for, man? And it's also like my dad's a bastard. His dad's nickname for him was Darling Boy. Hello, Darling Boy. You got to like this, but I'm telling you, that book. I'm not a monarchist. I'm actually anti-monarchist. As an Australian, I'm a Republican. I mean, like I want Australia to be a republic, not
You
like
got
an
a flag.
Yeah, I got a flag out the front of my house. And, but I want Australia to be a republic. I don't believe we should be a monarchy anymore. But that book should be just called Burning Bridges.
Yeah.
Burning Bridges, having a go.
By Prince Harry.
By Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all, he's just talking shit the whole time.
Oh,
That's all
yeah. There's one bit where he just goes, and then my brother, who no longer looked like Mummy and is losing his hair.
Yeah.
Oh!
I love my bald, ugly brother.
Yeah, my bald
But-
brother, he used to be pretty like my mum, now looks like an old bastard.
It just sounds like a guy who's mad he's not king.
This is what I think about the royal family at the moment, right? And because I live in Australia, I reckon, because we had the Queen for so long. We had the Queen for a very long time. The longest monarch ever. I reckon we just go straight to George currency. Because I don't want to be changing the money again in 10 years when Charles dies. That's too many money changes. It's too much for the economy. Like, let's jump forward to George.
You mean
But you're going to put his
Yeah,
baby
George.
photos?
William.
You're going to
I'm
put
gonna
his
wait.
Just
baby
skipping
photos
one.
on currency?
That sounds
Huh?
great.
You're going to put his baby photos on currency?
No, we computer jet. We got the
Yeah.
technology.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Chat
make
G-
George
Chat
look-
GP3
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
We
like,
decide what George is going to look like, so
yeah.
we don't have to change currency for the next 100 years. Well, not even next 100 years, next 80 years.
Yeah.
We can be currency good.
All right.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
then if I have to change with William. You have to hand your money back in, you know that.
Wait, you really have
You
to
do?
do a full swap?
Yes. Or every coin, everything, every single note in circulation in Britain has to be taken in because it's all got the Queen on it. Every stamp has to be taken in because it's all got the Queen on it. And they've been doing great for like 70 years because we've had the same Queen.
Right.
Mhm.
But now they've already got the pictures ready. Like we used to this is the thing is, right? So with the Queen, you'd get like a coin and then like 10 years later, they go, new coin. She's gotten a bit older, hasn't she? Bring in the new coin. And then towards the end, she got very old. But those early coins, you could have a wank to. She looked all right on those early. On
How would
the
she have done on
early
The
notes.
Bachelor if she was a contestant?
Yeah, on the early notes, the Queen. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
But then as she got older, I was like, I don't even want this money. This money is no good. Don't give it to me. Write me a check. But now we got pictures of Charles. We're going to have Charles on the currency. And that's the same with Australia. And we only have it on
And
the...
Charles isn't going to be king for that long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are we making a coin of this cunt for?
See, you should say that to the Greta Thunberg people. So instead of getting mad at you after the special,
The Greta Thunberg... Did you see Greta
The
the,
waste of
other day?
paper.
When she got arrested and they found out it was all bullshit? Then she was like arrested, but they stopped for a photo shoot with the cops because she was protesting.
She got fake arrested.
She got fake arrested. Check it out. It's awesome. She got fake arrested and she's smiling. All the cops are super happy because they're like, I'm going to be in the paper. I just want to say this before you watch my special. I agree with Greta Thunberg and what she says. I just enjoy shit stirring you people. Plus,
Very
she
good.
annoys me.
How dare you?
How dare you? I should be in school right now. You're in trouble and they come after you, the Greta folk.
Yeah.
They
Greta
do.
folk.
It's better to knock the Queen.
You're probably right.
All right. So this is my thing. Prince George currency.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What if George up and like abdicates at the age of like 22 though? That's assuming everything goes well.
All right, we should be gone with the royal family by then. We should be. But there is a thing if you, this is just for the Australian listeners, if you have, we all know the trick, if you have a $5 Australian note, there is a way to fold it to make it look like a penis is going into a vagina. A lot of fun when you're a kid. A lot of
Like
fun.
spelling boobs on a calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, if I had one right now, I could fold it for you perfectly and you go, yeah, that's solid. It's solid, man. Her chin becomes like a ball sack, and then like her throat becomes like the penis, and then like the anyway. Google it or do it at home.
It's an interesting Google for sure because it's not all the right things.
Australia $5 note fold to make look like penis. You'll find it. It'll be in the Google.
Definitely on YouTube.
If I didn't even bring a wallet. I think I would have had one. Next time I'll bring you an Australian $5 before the government takes them away from us.
Please do.
Yeah.
Could you just keep one?
You
How
could
would
just
they
keep
know?
one, but they won't become valid in about
Yeah.
a year or so. It won't be real currency anymore if it doesn't.
Yeah.
If it's still got the Queen on
So
it.
if you just wanted to keep doing that, you would just have to know that you wasted $5.
There's always been that joke about like so William and Harry would have gone like admit to going to strip clubs, right? But like a lot of comedians talked about this, but that means that they put pictures of their grandmother in women's underwear.
Genius.
Bit of fun.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
It's true though. It's true. That's the only way for him to do it.
They never had a chance.
So Harry admits to taking cocaine. So there's a good chance.
Yeah, he's like,
There's
I
a good
thought
chance
it was
he
powdered
snorted cocaine.
sugar.
he snorted cocaine through pictures of his grandmother.
Oh.
He never had a chance.
Yeah. That's the monarchy for you.
At least he's rich.
Yeah.
I've talked too much.
No.
I've had the picture of the $5 bill up, and I didn't see it for the longest time, and now I understand.
Have you had it folded properly?
Well, I Googled it, and I was like, I don't get it. But here
Here we go. It's gonna come up. This is high quality stuff. If you're sitting
This
at
is
home,
our podcast
if
now.
you're sitting at home with a $5 Australian note.
This is what our Patreon sounds like every week.
All right, yeah. See there, if you fold it, you see there.
It does.
Yeah, it looks like
It does.
Wait, it's just that? That's not that much.
It's
I
like-
thought it was
no,
gonna be a
it's-
whole
it's-
image.
yeah, I thought it was like origami situation.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's just a way of folding it to make it look like a penis.
Yeah,
is
but
going
if you're in
into
the 6th grade, you definitely.
You're thinking this is quality stuff. There's another way to fold it even better, to do another fold over the top to make it look better. That one's not the best origami.
Mm.
I can do a lot better. They reckon it looks like a whale eating a penis. I don't think it does.
I see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No.
think.
It's like, you know how they have those psychology, like personality tests?
Yeah,
One
what
of
do you
those.
see?
Yeah, do you see two
Do you
faces
see a whale
cup?
or a
I see a
vagine?
cock and balls going into a vagina. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I see.
I see a chin and shoulders.
There's no top of the vagina though. It's just
No, you got. If I had one, I'd really show it to you.
yeah.
It's if you were
You
if
know
you
all about it.
if you were
Would you really show it to me,
low,
Jam? Would you really
no,
show
I
it?
would. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expose myself.
You're not Elton.
I'd really give it to you. Yeah.
Wow, that got a bit weird. Yeah, so the guy who exposed himself at the Elton John concert, his name's Molly Meldrum, and he's about 80 something. He should be dead, right? And he dropped his pants, right? Well, I'm a bitch, well, the bitch is back. And he's like this famous guy in Australia, and he was friends with Elton. Came out, dropped his dacks, but because he's so old, he couldn't lift his dacks back up, right? He couldn't pull his pants back up. And Elton thought that he was off the stage, but it took him 3 minutes to shuffle off the stage, ironically to the song I'm Still Standing. Google it. It's worth a Google.
The Bachelor Recap ish.
Ish, yeah.
Jim, always a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having
me. So Netflix special, Valentine's.
14th of February.
14th of Valentine's. Your podcast.
He's coming back. I've been away, so we're starting to record new episodes this week.
Okay. Check that out. Don't forget, Better Date Than Never's on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Live on Thursdays, we have Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner, on Thursday's episode of Going Deeper. Be sure to check that out. Go back and check out our Ask Nick episode that dropped on Monday. Thanks for listening. See you Thursday.